Hi, Kenny Albertini from Sound Deluxe Car Audio, coming to you with the JL Jeep Rubicon. We're gonna do a SoundSkins build on it. Full interior, we're gonna do the floor, we're gonna do under the seats, we're gonna do the door panels. So stay tuned and you'll see how we did it. Step one would definitely be, obviously, take off the door panels. Once you're to that step, pull off these plugs here. You're gonna roll the window down. It's gonna come up about a quarter way, and you're gonna line up these 10mm bolts so you can remove them. Then all these bolts here are gonna come out, and you're gonna pop this skin off, and then that'll allow you to access the inside, which will allow you to put our kit in, okay? So I'm gonna start by doing all these bolts. You also want to remove the wire harness completely off and disconnect it. That way it's free and it'll allow you to pull off the outer skin. Take note that the 10mm that go into the bottom window are actually different than the ones that go for the outer door skin. So make sure you just put them all back correctly. Okay. This have little clips here at the bottom that you kind of got to flex a little bit up, and it'll allow you to release the glass, and the glass should come up. And have your helper just hold that in place while you remove this skin. You gotta kind of flex it to get it off. The bottom's gonna come out first, and then it's gonna allow you to drop it down a little bit, which will allow the top to come out. And you see the reason why you gotta pull it down is to get this to clear this area right here. You just push these grommets through. Remember, the white one goes on the bottom for the door release, and the top is the lock. So white at the bottom. You're gonna wanna come up inside the door panel. Take note of how this wire is routed right here through this. So that way it goes back the same way. And that's for the door lock. Inside the door panel here, there's gonna be a little release that you need to slide forward towards the front of the vehicle. It's right inside here. You can get that plug, slide that little safety release forward towards the vehicle, and then it'll allow you to depress the plug, and it should come right out. So you have the door completely disconnected here now. Allow you to swivel it around. You don't necessarily need to take the whole thing off. You can fit our kit in here without removing it completely. That's probably far enough. You can leave these on to support the panel itself. This is when that screwdriver comes into place. You notice there's a hole here, and then there's another hole behind here that lines up with it. Just gonna shove that in there, have your helper drop down the glass till it hits that driver and kind of locks it in place, and then you can let go of it. Now we're gonna be installing the kit inside here. Once that's all done, we're basically just gonna reverse the process. So once you get it lined up inside the panel, make sure the whole sheet is inside the panel before you start to stick it down. And you can see how it outlines around the door handle here. And there's also a little reference cut out at the top where that little body groove is at. So it goes all the way to the very bottom. So that's how you'll know you got it lined up right there. And then you can always double check your work a little bit. make some small adjustments before you stick the whole thing in. Okay, so now we got the bottom locked in. We're gonna go ahead and peel it down here, and then we're gonna peel off the rest of the backing. Just kind of rub your hand along it. The stuff is very nice. It doesn't cut you like other brands do, so you shouldn't have to worry about wearing gloves or anything like that. And just run your hand along it, make it nice and smooth, make sure it's all stuck all around. Make sure that top lip is completely stuck because you don't want it rolling down and catching in the window in any way. And that's it right there. You got complete sound dampening on your driver's door in the new JL Jeep. We've already treated this driver's side door on this new JL Jeep. We're getting ready to do the back door right here. So I'm gonna give it the knuckle knock test, and you can totally hear. Go over here. So you can see, not only did you see a big difference in sound, but also in vibration. This door is completely deadened, hardly any vibration when I touch it. And then you can see on this one, look at the flex going on right there. So SoundSkins is not only designed to help out in an advanced audio system to make your audio sound better, but it actually will kill tons of road noise and vibration that's created through the vehicle and created from having flat paneling like these Jeeps do. So SoundSkins is a killer product. It's probably the best on the market in my opinion, and it makes a big difference. I have it in all my personal cars, and it's the only way to go. So first we'll start again by removing all these 10mm bolts. Then have your helper remove this bolt here, and then have your helper hold the window up. And that's pretty much it. You should only have to disconnect this wire up inside the door, and we'll show you how to do that in just a quick second. Again, it has that little clip on the bottom. You want to pull towards you and then pull up, and it will release. Get your fingers out of the way. Perfect. All right. These all have kind of like a little keeper in them that you got to flex around to get it off. So there's a clip that's inside here that you're going to have to just kind of pull on to get it to release, like that. And then once that's released, allow you to pull open the rest of the door. Zoom in right here. These are the key right here. These right here are centering pins. They stick out about an inch on the inside, so you got to make sure that you pull these completely out. That's what's going to allow the door panel to drop down. It has one right here in the front, and it also has one halfway up in the rear. Without those removed, the door panel portion will not come down. So once you have that out, it's going to allow you to remove these little grommets right here. Pop it. There we go. Yeah. If you pop this wire harness off right here, you shouldn't have to remove the clip up top to give you a little bit more room. This has a little safety clip here, this little red dealy bob. You want to push that in, allow you to unclip that, and this amount of slack right here should be plenty for you to get this open far enough to be able to install the SoundSkins. So this is about what you should be looking at right here before you start your installation. Just be very conscious of this wire and not to pull on it too tight so you don't break the clip up inside. So there's a hole up top here that you can wedge your screwdriver in. Again, try to put some tape on it, so cloth tape, so it doesn't mess up the glass. And you can put that in there like that, and then you can have your helper lower down the glass. It should stay in there enough to let go of it. You can see where this cross brace lines up. That's where we're gonna stick it first. Just like that. wrap it around. It almost goes all the way to the bottom. Then you're going to tuck it in right underneath that cross brace. Tuck it around. And again, guys, just make sure that you stick it really good. This is a brand new Jeep, so there's nothing here. But if something were a couple years old, I highly recommend to wipe down this surface with a rag, maybe a microfiber and some acetone, or microfiber and some Windex or something with some alcohol, to make sure that the surface is really clean before you go ahead and stick this stuff down. This has 2 holes cut out of it. That's how you're going to line this piece up with the 2 studs that are sticking out here and here. And those correlate with these holes here and here. Make sure when you're tucking it into this area here that you're getting past to the door jamb area. This piece here does move in and out. So you want to tuck it nice and deep past there, okay?